In moments, my exclusive interview with FBI Director Kash Patel. Now, since taking over the bureau, his team has managed to stomp out crime across the country.
They're leading an all-out assault on the thugs, tearing our communities apart. Working hand in hand, they've hunted down and locked up more than 45,000 violent criminals. Because of that relentless push, violent crime arrests are up 185%.
The lowest homicide rate since 1937. Quite something. My exclusive interview with FBI Director Kash Patel airs now. FBI Director Kash Patel. Director Patel, thank you so much for being here. And I want to start with a major accomplishment. We know that crime goes up during the summer generally, but you have had Operation Summer Heat, which has been a real big success. These are the stats from last year. You can see it. More than 8,000 arrests. All of this cocaine seized, criminal indictments, children that have been identified, illegal weapons seized. You have brought crime down in the summer. What can we expect this year?
Thanks so much for having me, Kaylee. And you can expect the exact same thing from the Trump administration and this FBI. We drastically reduced violent crime because we removed the bureaucracy and the handcuffs from law enforcement and put them on the bad guys. And we built out long-term campaign plans, like you just identified Summer Heat 1.0 last year. 2 days ago, we just launched Summer Heat 2.0, and we're going to replicate those efforts and increase those numbers. And how do we do that? We attack the localized street gang networks that are terrorizing our communities. That's how you saw a surge in the FBI to arrest 44,000 violent offenders last year alone. That's twice as many as the last year of the Biden administration. That means there's too many criminals in our street, but thanks to President Trump and this relentless law enforcement administration with Attorney General Todd Blanche, we're arresting and convicting them in record numbers. And that's what you're going to see in every single community. As of 2 days ago, we launched another campaign plan strategically based on information and assets in the field to safeguard our children and our communities.
Yeah, and as we noticed and as we referenced in our introduction, the lowest homicide rate since the 1930s. A lot of people didn't think that was possible. I also want to ask you about this. Children that you have rescued at the FBI. Let's pull this up. 2,900 alleged abusers arrested. This is up by 70%. And identified or located 7,000 children, up by 144%. How did you do this?
Well, Kaylee, as you know so well, and as you advocate so much for our youth, they're our most precious treasure. And we made it a priority to go after the villains and the terrorists and gangbangers that are targeting our kids. And what we did was we utilized intelligence-driven operations. We took 1,500 employees from the FBI in D.C. and put them in the field permanently, working with our state and local law enforcement partners. And we went after the worst of the worst. And those stats, while those stats are meaningful, and those stats are truly historic, just think about the 7,200 kids that we found that got to go home. Just think about the 3,400, actually, when you take the numbers for this year, we're at 3,400 child predators and traffickers arrested. That's up 99% from the best year Biden ever had. That means kids are being protected at levels that are simply unheard of. And that means this FBI, here's another thing. We didn't just do the physical work on the streets. We went to the cyber community and we dismantled 3 million pedophile accounts off the Tor network where these predators prey on our children and think they can hide from this FBI. They can't. We are going to the ends of the earth and the cyber realm to make sure our most precious commodity, kids, are safeguarded. And the numbers speak for themselves because the FBI are putting kids first.
Yeah, I call them our diamonds. That's what they are. And I want to ask you about this. There was a hostage situation, actually 2 this week, and they were on opposite sides of the country. One was in Bakersfield, California. One was in Cincinnati, Ohio. How do you resolve that at the FBI? 2 hostage situations across the country.
When we got into this administration, we built our central command and known structure and our tactical tier 1 element, our hostage rescue team, our HR team elements, so they can be on standby and ready to action at a moment's notice. And as you just indicated, in the middle of the night, a criminal took hostage 10 innocent Americans in Bakersfield, California, and strapped a bomb to himself inside an office school building. In the middle of the night, we launched a fixed-wing asset with a full Tier 1 element of tactical operators. They breached that compound later that evening, put down the perpetrator, and rescued all 10 civilians. Everyone was safeguarded. Simultaneously, or near simultaneously in Ohio, another individual had taken bomb-making material and 8 explosive devices next to an apartment building and threatened to blow up people in the surrounding area. Another tactical element of our hostage rescue team deployed. Because of the resources that this administration has given us, we're able to tactically and soundly go into these compounds and breach that apartment as well, apprehend that individual, make sure no devices went off, and safeguarded the immediate apartment complex, which could have caused death and harm to tens, if not dozens, of people. And that is just an incredible testament to the entirety of the critical incident response group we have at the FBI, from our pilots to our tacticians to our tactical operators and our evidence technicians and our field agents on the ground. They came together in dozens overnight, in the middle of the night, to execute simultaneous operations. That's what America can expect. If you wish to do harm to our citizens by igniting explosive devices or taking people hostage, we're going to come in that door and we're going to put you down.
And as this was taking place this week, there was also a superseding indictment announced for the Southern Poverty Law Center, the SPLC. The allegations are shocking in it. I want to pull some of them up. These F-31 and F-32, these are informants, as the SPLC calls them. In other words, people working at hate groups. What they found was the SPLC reimbursed for wood and fuel used in cross-burning events. They also secretly paid an individual who was taking donor money and who was convicted of cross-burning. And on top of that, the SPLC had an informant who was taking in over $1.2 million in donors' money, who was dating an employee at SPLC while raising funds for the hate group. This is astonishing. You guys found this, but this has been going on for years.
We did something that other administrations refused to do. We followed the money. And Kaylee, you know why we follow the money? Because money doesn't lie. And we don't reverse engineer these investigations and prosecutions. We follow the money. We followed it through the SPLC. And just think of the irony here. And Kaylee, you know this better than anyone else. The mainstream media exploded on us when we dared to go after, quote unquote, the SPLC and the saviors of civil liberties. Well, look at what the money says, not what I say. Look at what the grand jury said. The money from this organization was directly funding the hate groups they were supposedly going after. Like you said, paying for wood, for cross burnings, paying for roads, paying for informants. They intentionally set them into motion to then ignite these hate groups that they were supposedly defending America from, creating a huge fraud and embezzlement campaign. And these indictments and these investigations, which we are speaking through publicly, are very much in the beginning stages. We are going to continue this investigation and know everyone that was involved in this offensive conduct, criminal conduct, is going to be brought to justice, because we're going to follow the money, and the money never lies. And that's what pisses off the mainstream media the most. It's because we caught them at their epicenter of fraud and deceit when they told the American public they were supposedly standing up for minorities and racial division.
And we will continue following that, too, here at Saturday in America. Final topic for you. This also happened this week. It's been clearly quite a busy week at the FBI. But you were at a fraud press conference, whole of government approach. You saw Kelly Loeffler there. You saw the DOJ there. And you were talking about scam centers engaging in fraudulent activity. My ears went up. $8 billion. And these scam centers are in Laos, Cambodia, CCP, the Middle East. What is going on? Taxpayer money overseas?
Yeah, let me unpack this for you. So while there's epic levels of fraud going on, an epidemic that President Trump and J.D. Vance is leading the charge on the anti-fraud task force here domestically in the United States with agencies like the FBI and state and local partners, last summer we took the initiative to go overseas and attack the compounds and literally scuttle the centers and cities they were building overseas in the Middle East and elsewhere in Southeast Asia. We've freed thousands of trafficked workers, Kaylee. We've arrested and charged hundreds of individuals for $8 billion, as you said, just overseas. Those individuals were targeting our senior citizens. Now, when you come back to the U.S. and you look at what this FBI has done, last summer we had the $250 million takedown of the Feeding Our Futures campaign in Minnesota, which was supposed to be money for feeding our children. We've convicted 77 people involved in that campaign. Just the other month, back in Minnesota, a $90 million fraud against autism centers. For our most vulnerable children, money was supposed to be going to them. Instead, government officials and private citizens were pocketing in it. And yesterday, what you saw in Ohio was the culmination of President Trump's mission and J.D. Vance's leadership against fraud. We took down a $50 billion Medicaid and Medicaid fraud network, standing next to the Attorney General, Dr. Oz, Andrew Ferguson, the interagency, Kelly Loeffler, and the FBI and state police, and we made sure that money is never going to be utilized for fraudulent purposes ever again. We are just getting ready to warm up this entire enterprise and go after fraud in every single state. But as you've outlined, we're not only going from coast to coast, we're going overseas. where these scam centers are stood up and they think they're outside the reach of the United States government. But thanks to President Trump and J.D. Vance for leading the charge and our partners at DOJ. You saw what we did in Ohio. We're doing it in California. We're doing it in Minnesota. We're doing it in Florida. We're doing it in New York. We're doing it in every single state. And Americans should be rest assured now that they have a confident government who is going to root out people who are stealing our valuable coin and treasure and pilfering them and utilizing it to buy expensive cars and houses and go on fraudulent paid vacations. We are taking down these networks one at a time, and you should see what we have in store this summer on the Anti-Fraud Task Force.
Oh, we'll be watching. I hear it all the time. People want accountability and they want arrest, and that is what you are giving them. FBI Director Kash Patel, thank you so much for your time.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.